In this video, I'm gonna explain how to set up the approval settings. Go to Groupware, eApproval, Basic Information, and Approval Setting. You can set the default setting here in order to apply to eApproval menus. I'm gonna go over each setting field. First off, the title default on Approval Line section. You can select which information of the employee profile you want to load when you register Approval Line's title field. You can choose between title and title/position. This setting applies if you linked user ID with an employee code through user customization. The second field we're going to look is Register Approval Line. You can register not only official approval line of your company, but also your own approval line named as My Approval Line. When you just click New button, you can register the official approval line of your company. Enter the approval line name and approver in a sequence by double-clicking the approval field to choose the Groupware user. By using the approval line 2 as well, you can use 2 levels of approval processes. In order to create your own approval line, hover on the New button and click New My Approval Line button. The way to register approval line is same with the way I just explained before. Moving on to register approval type. By setting up approval types, you can apply different ways to approval to each approver. There are 5 types and those are set by default. Bypass approval is that an approver can approve on behalf of an approver who is at an earlier turn. And wrap-up approval is that an approver can approve on behalf of an approver who is at a later approval turn. And the wrap-up approval will finish the entire approval process of the corresponding submission. You can also create new approval type by clicking New button. Let's move on to the notification setting. You can set up notification for eApproval documents to approval and CC. If you don't want to set the default notifications, you can skip the default settings. You can set the settings notification method. You have to choose among email, message, and push to application. And also you can set the contents by action. For example, request approval, request approval, bypass approval, cancel approval, and so on. Once you finish the setting, click Save button to apply your changes. And also, on the CC view setting and share document view setting fields, you can decide when CC or shared user are able to check the eApproval document. You can even set when to enable comments for the document. You have to choose before next approval, before final approval, and always. Moving on to register print template field. You can create and modify the template of the hard copy of documents. Last of all, you can set whether to discard the draft automatically once rejected. If you select Discard button, once discarded, it cannot be restored and attached slips and vouchers will also be deleted. On the other hand, if you select Do Not Discard button, once discarded, the document will be found at Groupware eApproval, Track Request, and Rejected tab. You can find discarded document in this menu.